So a little bit of a plot twist. I'm running a marathon. Just finished what feels like a very slow 5K. It's really hot, it's really humid. To be honest, I haven't filmed that much of my running or my training over this past month. Yeah, there's just a lot of hard things going on. We got the news that my grandpa isn't doing well, and so definitely still been keeping up training. Just haven't really been filming as much, just trying to spend as much time with family as possible. Running has been really like therapeutic for me in a way. It doesn't matter if I'm not necessarily good at running. It's just been a really good way to get out of my head, maybe listen to some music. It's like therapy in a sense, but also do real therapy. That's important too. I'm definitely going to be documenting this marathon journey. I'm going to do a better job at filming some of that stuff. But this month, I just wanted to share that it's really tough. Actually, one thing that inspired me to share that is that someone who follows me reached out looking for motivation tips. And they were sharing that something that happened was they were enjoying their training, they were making progress, and then their dog died. And it felt like nothing else mattered. And I really can relate to that with what we're currently going through. And yeah, grief is just so tough. I don't necessarily have any solutions. I know for me, as much as it does feel like it really makes everything else feel so insignificant, like your own training and your sports goals and your work and all those different things. But moving and getting out there, if that's something that you really enjoy doing, continuing that can help you just maintain that routine, I find, throughout, and be a little bit of like an outlet and an escape in a sense. But definitely feel what you're feeling. But I wanted to share that. It's definitely not all easy, and there's more than ups and downs and highs and lows just in the training itself. There's also life, there's family. I've been going through a lot, I don't know, just personally and emotionally this summer. It's been rough, but I'm thankful I have that outlet. It's gonna be a crazy journey, running a marathon, running further than I thought I ever would. Stay tuned. In a way, like as much as it really pushes me outside of my comfort zone, this challenge, running not being necessarily my forte when it comes to sports and fitness modalities, because it's an endurance sport and you have so much time on the trails, and especially time alone, and you're fighting those thoughts of you can really stop anytime, but you're constantly pushing through and doing one foot forward. You have a lot of time to process the emotions that come up, like in high intensity exercise or adrenaline sports. Like I was a snowboarder, so like in snowboarding, or then in my CrossFit, emotions might come up or things, but you have to be so present and so focused on one, like snowboarding, not crashing. And then in the high intensity, your heart rate is so jacked up, you're feeling that lactic acid. You just don't have the time to process that. Kind of like numbing in a sense, for like a quick burst of like a lot of pain in those sports. But when it comes to endurance sports, it's like not that high level of pain, it's like a sustained pain over time. And as things come up during that process, you actually have the time to kind of process it and feel things, and like you never know what's going to come up. And I think in a way that's helping me through this time, in a way. Right now I'm just remembering like my grandpa who really taught me about hard work. Like he just taught me like the real, like what hard work is, and like just being selfless and helping other people and using your, strength and all those things to help other people. So I'm really grateful for that. And yeah, let's go run. Kilometer 1, feeling good. Kilometer 3. A fly just flew into my mouth. Kilometer 5. We're at 6.5, so just going 50 meters more on this road till I get to 7, and then we can turn around. 7K, halfway. I've hit the point where I just feel like I could keep going forever. So no one told me that when you're running a lot, you just eat sugar the whole time. And I'm down for it. 9 kilometers in, feeling the hills a little bit. What's worse, a quick, steep uphill or a long, rolling uphill? 11K in, I really feel like I'm just finding my stride right now. Crazy. I feel really good. Today just goes to prove that you can't let one bad training day define you. Whether it's a run, whether it's a day of work, whatever it is, there's gonna be natural highs and lows and ebbs and flows to life. And, you know, yesterday I had a rough 5K, I didn't feel good. The humidity was high. Today the humidity is even higher. And I'm running, feeling really good. Running almost triple the distance in rocky, hilly terrain. So yeah, you kind of got to accept those bad days. Don't dwell on them too much. Ride that roller coaster a little bit. Just try to stay even keel through 13K last kilometer. Let's go. 14K done. I'm coming back to this car like I feel like a whole different person than when I left. I don't know, like that run felt really good. I'm really happy about that. My mood is entirely different. I just finished drinking all my electrolytes. And I'm like a 20-minute drive away from home, so I'm gonna go to a coffee shop and get like some good food, something really good to drink. Like, I don't know, I'm feeling like a lemonade. That run has me so much more confident about running this marathon. I was just laughing in the last couple kilometers because when I first got presented with this opportunity to do a marathon, my initial answer was like, wow, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, like to run the New York City Marathon, the largest marathon in the world, to have a spot in that, to have, you know, a trip fully funded, my training funded, and like just to put myself through that challenge, especially last year I did like a 100-kilometer ski challenge. It truly is like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, but knowing my goal is returning to competition in CrossFit, and just still those limiting beliefs that I have around running and that my body is entirely, I mean, it is kind of true. I am entirely type 2 muscle fibers. Like, I'm definitely built based on my training to be explosive and more powerful athlete. I was still hesitant, like, could I manage this training? Would a marathon even be possible? Would the amount of training I need to do to ensure that I complete this marathon be feasible, along with getting back to CrossFit, everything with my shoulder, trying to, you know, get into competition next season in the winter time? Would it all be feasible? And I texted my brother and he was like, no, hell no, you can't run a marathon. And so out of spite, of course, I was like, hell yeah, like I'm in, I am running this marathon. So here we are, running a marathon. And we're balancing it with still maintaining my strength. Like recently I hit a 315-pound squat PR, and I think if I can just maintain my strength, even if it drops a little bit, that's okay. I'm pretty fine with that. It's this endurance, this aerobic work that I do really need to improve. Obviously a bit of a plot twist to the Not a Runner series. Still want to do that sub 6 miles, still want to squat over 300 pounds afterwards. A mile is a very aerobic effort. So this is going to help as well. Just delays that goal a little bit. But yeah, thanks for following along. Thanks for tuning into these behind the scenes. I'm super sweaty, so I'm going to look real good going for lunch. I appreciate you all. Wish me good luck in the comments. I definitely need it. And catch you on the next one.